Everything's up. Okay, we're good. Hello, everybody. This is InfNA Gaming's Atlas, here to bring you Game 1 in this Best of 3 series between Emzeeshady, a member of InfNA Gaming. He's been here for a while, a prominent member of our A-team. And he's up here in the top right-hand corner as the Teal Zerg. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran AnguiSh.
Alright, so a couple of things about this map to start out. This is a bit of a tricky map for Zerg players to play on. I'm sure Emzeeshady probably has something in mind with that. There isn't really much that a Zerg player can do early game due to these high ground spots near the natural of each person's base that are extremely good for tanks. So we can expect some sort of tank play coming out of AnguiSh if he wants to take advantage of that.
Yeah, so basically, what race do you play, Daniel? Dan?
I main race on Zerg.
Okay, I main race as Terran. Do you enjoy the matchup, Terran versus Zerg?
It's a pretty good matchup. Right now, Hellbat Whalemine has me a little bit angry with it, but it's a very fun matchup to play. But it looks like we're going to have Emzeeshady taking a 15 hatch right here, fairly standard for Zerg versus Terran. And then we have AnguiSh doing a gasless barracks first build, unless he's going to add on a gas in a minute or so. But
yeah, normally when I play in all matchups, I generally do 12 Rex, 12 Refinery, because I like to get the Reaper Scout, because you can do some early damage and get a lot of nice information. But maybe AnguiSh is going to go for a really fast command center here, and we'll see what it turns into after that.
yeah, I'm expecting AnguiSh to take a command center. The big choice for him here is he going to put it on the low ground or on the high ground? He's got his first Marine about to pop out, and he's starting a second one. Now we have Emzeeshady taking a gas at 17 supply, which is a bit different for this matchup. You don't see most Zerg players taking a gas early game against Terran unless they plan on doing something with Zergling speed or roaches.
Well, maybe he's just going to go for
aggression within the next few minutes.
Yeah, he'll probably just go for late speed. This scout, this SCV, was actually doing a pretty good. AnguiSh, he was scouting around for a quick third hatchery, which I really think was a good idea. And now this SCV is just on patrol to see if a quick third hatch goes down, but also help give him that timing.
Alright, and now you can see AnguiSh taking his command center on the low ground as well as 2 gases in his main, so we can expect to see some sort of factory play coming out real soon. He's starting his first bunker there, and his command center is now about half done, so we can expect to see some sort of 2-base factory play coming out within the next few minutes from him. Zergling speed started now for Emzeeshady, and he's still mining gas, so we can expect to see some either roaches or banelings coming out real soon from him.
Do you know what I think AnguiSh's build looks like right now?
What's that?
Lucifron's 2-base Hellbat drop.
That could very well be so.
That's
He's actually starting the reactor right now, so the question is... Oh, he actually blocked placing the reactor with his factory. So he actually will not have a wall off into his main. And if Emzeeshady catches this, he may be able to do some damage with his Zergling since he has speed almost halfway done now.
Yeah, but see, AnguiSh now, he's going to do the standard Terran thing. He's going to do a complete wall-off at his natural with supply depots. Nothing relatively weird. 18 links now about to pop. We'll see where they're headed.
Yep, and I can expect every single one of those lanes to be headed towards AnguiSh's main. It doesn't look like... Well, maybe AnguiSh will spot it with that SCV. Let's turn on his vision right now. And he sees 2 Zerglings. And let's see if Emzeeshady pulls his things back. AnguiSh sees 3 or 4 more, but he doesn't go up into that ramp, and he doesn't see the rest of those Zerglings, and this could make all the difference for this game. Baneling Nest now going down for Emzeeshady.
Yeah, MZ's going for a big bust here. And this wall-off is... I can't tell if there's... No, there is no gap there. So there is a complete wall-off.
But it's... There's mostly supply depots, so it's very susceptible to a baneling bust. And you can see now the first tank just starting for AnguiSh, and this could, if Emzeeshady decides to attack within the next few seconds, this could cause a ton of damage.
Uh-oh. The fudge is this? Okay. We're good. That was weird and odd. But we're good, we're back.
That you were lagging out for a few seconds.
Yeah, I noticed.
So. Alright, so we got AnguiSh starting his third command center here, as well as 2 more bunkers at his natural. That first tank's going to be going out onto the high ground, like I said earlier, and the banelings are coming in now towards AnguiSh's natural.
This is...
He busts straight through the supply depots, and the banelings aren't quite sure where to go. All of AnguiSh's Marines and SCVs are all clumped up there, and that baneling could get a money hit. Alright, gets a money hit, killing most of the SCVs. Although, it looks like AnguiSh is going to clean this up, but we gotta know, is there a round 2 coming? It looks like Emzeeshady is deciding to start droning up behind this, and AnguiSh is going to repair that wall off, so he looks like he is held off for now.
As far as I'm concerned, AnguiSh, he held this really well. This siege tank actually got 11 kills on top here. He's also started his 3rd command center. And there's no 3rd hatch yet there for Emzeeshady, so by all concerns...
Right now, AnguiSh is miles ahead. Emzeeshady only kills 5 workers with that when he put in about 50 Zerglings. He's starting a nearly 9-minute lair now, and he has yet to start his 3rd base. Emzeeshady's ahead by about 8 workers, but that isn't enough workers, especially since he doesn't have mules. Well, really. You got AnguiSh with 2 orbitals, and the 3rd one halfway done to transferring into an orbital, so he'll be having 3 mules at a time now, and his income will be miles ahead. And as long as he doesn't start floating money or screw up his micro insanely, it looks like he may have this game done.
And AnguiSh now dropping 2 engineering bays along with 2 more barracks, so he's going to transition into biomine play here fairly nicely. I'd like to see him drop a starport because... Oh, and there he goes to drop it. I think drop play would be really nice to see about now. You know, when you're ahead, you know, drop a few Widow Mines into each base and get a nice few kills. A nice little supply depot block going on at the 3rd here for MZ. AnguiSh, he dropped the supply depot. I hope he can get a cancel off on that.
No cancel on that supply depot, so it definitely was not worth it for him to do that, especially with those Zerglings out on the map so quickly to cancel it. We see Emzeeshady now starting a Spire, so he looks to want to transition into Mutaplay, but I don't know if he'll have enough gas to do that, especially... Looks like he's making a mistake at his natural. He only has 2 on gas right there. And baneling speed started. And now especially with 1/1/2 done, Stim with 50 seconds left, and AnguiSh putting that 3rd CC onto the 3rd base, it looks like he may be taking a very huge edge here. Now you see Emzeeshady just starting his 2 Evo chambers. So AnguiSh's upgrades are going to be miles ahead.
One thing I don't like that AnguiSh has done, these 2 Widow Mines are buried right next to each other. I would have liked to seen them around the 3rd, you know, into key access points into his base, so he can get kills early on and identify when a push is coming.
Yeah, and with him continuing, it doesn't actually look like he's continuing Widow Mine production. I'm not sure if he's just now he started it all up. I wasn't sure if he just forgot there. Medevacs production starting, 1/1 about to finish. And he's adding on 2 more gases, which will put him on 6 gases. So it looks like AnguiSh is going to go into a 3-base play, and I'm not sure if he's going to go any farther than those 3 bases here.
Well, 1/1's about to finish, and he's ahead in upgrades.
We see right now Emzeeshady coming around with 20 Zerglings coming into the 3rd base for a little bit of a harassment there. And he actually gets all the Marines in that section. We'll see if he can pull off any SCV kills before the rest of the Marines and these Widow Mines come around. And coming from that attack, he lost about, I'd say 17 or 18 Zerglings and only killed 2 workers with it. So AnguiSh holding that off very well.
And they're both even in supply. AnguiSh now starting his +2 attack. I think he's going to start +1 armor now when he gets the money to do so. And the first medevacs are about to hit the field. I believe they are the first.
I think I saw 2 more medevacs earlier. Yep, 2 more medevacs with AnguiSh's army in the top right corner. Looks like he's moving out of his base right now with 5 Widow Mines, 2 medevacs, and a handful of Marines and a single Marauder. His 1/1's finished, and his combat shield is about to finish in about 20 seconds. He has Stim Pack, and The question is going to be, is he going to wait for that combat shield to finish, or is he just going to go without it? I don't see any banelings down for Emzeeshady right now, so if he gets good Widowmine hits off right here, I think AnguiSh could just quite simply win the game.
I don't see any reasoning behind hitting these rocks, because if he were to attack earlier, the 1-1 wouldn't be finished, and he would have upgrade advantage for a short time. He's now going for
looks like he's
drop,
and medevac, but the medevacs are going right through the mutas. Are the mutas going to get those medevacs? If he boosts them, all right, it looks like the medevacs are going to get into the main. Is he?
And
gonna,
there are Widow Mines with this.
One of them with 5 still in it. There are Widow Mines in here. He burrows the Widow Mines, and he gets a nice shot off on most of the mutas.
Oh, that was a really nice hit there.
Blings. 18 kills on one of those Widow Mines, 9 on another, and 0 on the last one. Overseer's first starting off now for Emzeeshady. And it looks like AnguiSh is ahead. It's just a matter of how well he will micro this out.
MZ now taking his 4th base, but yeah, like you said, AnguiSh is ahead in food. He's ahead in upgrades. I think this is going to be a really... I think this game's going to end in the next 5 minutes, possibly, once this 2-2 hits.
Yeah, once this 2-2 hits, I'm pretty sure AnguiSh is going to attack. And AnguiSh actually starting a 4th command center right next to his 3rd right now. So he's looking to take his 4th base as well. And as a Zerg player, I can say that is a very late 4th. You want your 4th base finishing around 11-12 minute mark. But that Zergling attack earlier that did no damage is going to cause some big problems for him. Now, if AnguiSh scouts this 4th base, he doesn't see it yet. He could go up and kill that without any...
These are a lot of banelings here.
Families are getting through. He's lifting up right into the medevac, and he's just flying.
Oh! Those Widowmine hits were glorious!
All those mutas with less than 10 health except for 2 of them, and he killed every single one of those banelings and zerglings. More banelings and zerglings coming down now, though. I don't know if AnguiSh has enough to deal with it. It looks like he's lifting off and planning on flying away here.
Yeah.
Although he does have much superior production here, and I think he'll be able to hold off if Emzeeshady decides to do an attack right now.
But AnguiSh, he has more troops rallied here, and he has Widow Mines. And he's going to get away with these medevacs. He should. There he goes. He boosts away.
AnguiSh also right now has 9 idle workers. That's a bit of a big deal when you have less than 60 workers. But he's actually lifting off his 4th command center and sending it out to take an expansion right now. And the supplies are so close right now. Emzeeshady only 20 supply ahead, which is not good for a Zerg player in this situation, especially since he's still on Lair Tech. He hasn't even started his infestation pit at the 18-minute mark. Right now is when your Broodlords or Ultra should be coming out.
I think AnguiSh has done a slight little misclick. He hasn't started his +3 attack, but he has started the +3 armor, and in all regards, he is still ahead in upgrades. Medevac here moving out for a drop with 3 Widow Mines in its
We
payload.
see a bit of an attack coming down from Emzeeshady, and he gets through with the ramp being down. The Siege Tank getting off some really nice shots there, and it looks like the Zerglings are just going to move command right through. He gets a full surround on those Marines, and the Banelings don't get good enough hits. The Banelings run into the Marauders, and it looks like these Marines should be able to clean up those mutas.
I don't think they will. Widowmine here about to go down. Meanwhile, we're missing a big drop at the 3rd.
Oh. The Widowmine gets 3 mutas down to low health, but it doesn't do anything beyond that. The production is 6 Marines at a time, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold this well enough.
Well, AnguiSh, he managed to pick off the 3rd of Emzeeshady, but I think he can hold this. He has turrets down at every base.
Yes, I think AnguiSh will hold this attack, but the question is how much damage is he going to take from it? Yes, he definitely has enough Marines to kill that, but it's a bit of a wonder here. Emzeeshady's floating a ton of money. His main is nearly mined out with 50 minerals on 2 patches and 200 on another patch, so he'll need to saturate. His 4th base has 19 workers on the way to it right now, and a Widow Mine there actually catching most of the mutas on their way back and knocking most of them into yellow health.
Yeah. This is a scary swarm moving across the map. Not a lot of
AnguiSh now
banelings.
starting mining on his 4th base, and if you open up the income tab right now, you'll see 1,000 minerals a second for Emzeeshady and 2,800 for AnguiSh right now. And it looks like AnguiSh may just simply win the game off of that income deficit.
Yeah, AnguiSh he's actually pushing the 3K in minerals.
I'm actually not quite sure what just happened. Did you see Emzeeshady's 3rd died?
Yes, it was dropped actually.
A drop, I got it. I missed that. All right, so Emzeeshady losing his third now. His natural, not much minerals left at it, less than 500 on each patch. So he's effectively mining from about 1.5 bases right now, which is absolutely awful for his position. AnguiSh is actually floating a bit of money right here that he shouldn't be floating. He should be adding on a few more barracks behind that. But it looks like he's now getting the Widowmine burrow upgrade, so those will burrow faster now.
Oh, he's actually losing 3 Widow Mines. Sorry, 3 medevacs right there. Oh,
going on right here.
nice burrows.
The Widow Mines getting picked off before they can get off any nice blasts. And it looks like AnguiSh is backing up into the rest of his army and a few more Widow Mines, but I think Emzeeshady may just have the army to kill this unless AnguiSh can split well enough. And if Emzeeshady can get a surround on these, it looks like he will, and it looks like he may have just won the game.
I think he has. There are a lot of mutas on the map right now. 31 mutas on the map.
AnguiSh being ahead in supply, ahead in income for most of that game. But what it really came down to is those mutas and those banelings came out, and he just couldn't split well enough, and he didn't have any Thors. Those banelings got all the Marines down, and then he had no anti-air left to get those mutas. And with 33 mutalisks on the field right now compared to the 15 Marines, I don't think AnguiSh has an answer to this.
No, he did a small drop in the main, but that got cleaned up relatively quickly. He has a small contingent here. Widow Mines, he get decent hits.
Getting a few decent shots off right there. And he may be able to pick off a couple of these mutalisks right here, but now you got a few more coming in from the north. And unless he can get off another couple lucky Widow Mine shots, I think he will lose the game right here, especially with these Zergling reinforcements right here. Now Emzeeshady is camping AnguiSh's production, and I don't see any way he can come back from this right now. He doesn't have enough money. His income has dropped to half of Emzeeshady's.
GG.
And there's the GG from AnguiSh.
And Emzeeshady takes game 1. Alright guys, we'll be back